right, so now from this point, you want to press and hold the power button until you hear the second beep. Wait for the second beep. There we go, release. And now we can connect the Type-C cable and press the button right here, the PlayStation button, and restart the PlayStation 5. Now, if you have a black screen, this will also fix that issue because it could be a resolution issue. If you have your PlayStation 5 at your house and your house has a 4K TV connected to it, then if you take your PlayStation 5 to your friend's house or a relative's house and it's not working, you have a black screen, then you want to hold down the power button until you hear that second beep, release, and then you'll get the safe mode menu. Then you choose number 2, change resolution. You want to restart it and then select the resolution that's compatible with that TV. If that TV is a 1080p TV or a 720p TV, you want to select that resolution for that TV so you get the video back working. Now, when I first set up my PlayStation 5, what happened to me is it was stuck in setup menu loading screen. I saw endless bubbles on the screen and nothing else on the screen, just a bunch of bubbles. And it was stuck like that for like 30 minutes. And the controller was not connecting or working. So what I had to do is turn it off, and then by holding the power button down and then turning it back on. So I chose number 3 option, and you can update using a USB drive, but you have to use the USB drive that has, I think, at least 8 gigs on it. And then you have to format it on your PC to a FAT32. Go to the website, Sony support website or PlayStation.com website, and download the firmware, the latest firmware. And I'll leave a link in the video description below where to get that. Then once you drag and drop that into the USB drive, then you want to plug it into the PlayStation 5 port right here, and then select option 1 right here. What I chose, I went to update using the internet, and I chose option 2. And then after the update was applied on the console itself, there was another update waiting for the controller, which is unusual. That's the first time I updated my controller. But once the controller and the system was updated, I got everything's working properly. Now, if you mess with a bunch of settings on your PlayStation 5 and you need to get it back in order, back to normal settings, you want to go to choose number 4, all right? And by choosing number 4 and choose yes, this will put all the settings back to original settings. Don't worry, you'll have all your games saved, all your games, all your account, all that will be still saved on your PlayStation 5. This will just put all the settings back to the normal settings. All right, if your PlayStation 5 shuts down during a power outage, you may have corrupt data and you may have to rebuild the database. So you choose option 5. This will take hours, like 3-4 hours, a long time. And this sometimes doesn't work, by the way. So if you're selling or you're returning the PlayStation 5, you want to choose option 6, reset PlayStation 5. And now erase all your user data and personal information from the PlayStation 5. Now, what usually fixes my PlayStation 3 or PlayStation 4, I'm assuming it also fixes PlayStation 5 software issues, where you're downloading an update and the update gets interrupted because of the Wi-Fi or because of power outage. Your firmware gets corrupted, and then you have to reinstall that firmware. If that happens to you and your PlayStation 5 is not working or something really messed up with your PlayStation 5, choose number 7. Then you have to go to the PlayStation.com website and then download the software on a USB drive. Now, before you do that, you have to format the USB drive to a FAT32 on your PC, then download the update, drag and drop it onto the USB drive, and then plug it into the USB port in the front right here. Then select OK. Then you can install the update firmware on your PlayStation 5. That usually fixes most issues with the PlayStation 5. Now, with the PlayStation 5, I highly recommend leaving it in an open area. It has the hot air blowing out. And if it doesn't get that cool air coming in and the hot air blowing out, then it's going to overheat and freeze, lag, shut down. So if you have pets, make sure you clean all the pet hair that gets clogged in the vents. And if you have like a TV cabinet, make sure this is out. Another thing, if you have no choice to putting in a TV cabinet, I highly suggest just drilling some holes in the back. Using a hole saw allows a lot more ventilation in your TV cabinets. So that's what I do. I get like maybe a 2-inch hole saw and drill some holes in the back to allow the cables to be ran through and also better ventilation. Unplugging the power cord also fixes many software errors with the PlayStation 5. So unplug the power cord and all the other cables, HDMI, everything from the PlayStation 5 for about 1 full minute, and then plug everything back in and see if that fixes your issue. Hopefully this video helped you out. If it does, give me a big thumbs up. If you know anyone that this video will help, or anyone has a PlayStation 5 that this video may help in the future, click on the share button below, share this video to them, help someone out. Subscribe and hit that bell notification to stay updated on the latest tech videos. Thanks guys for watching.